would you feel? I'm going at you cause you used to be my friend. You stole out, took me out like a little punk. You sold me out just for a little chunk. Relentless, and I'm coming at you real fast. Understand this, I'm not gonna miss when I fire off my shotgun. Bam, bam, you took me to the whole band. You scored a blow real low, took me down. You said you were my friend, then you messed around. You threw me out down the river like a...
Hi YouTube, your CC Duelist here. Now, I've never done this deck before on my channel, but it's a long awaited deck that I've been really wanting to do, and I'm coming to you right now to show it to you guys. This is my Spellcaster Counter deck. Now, I don't know if any of you have picked up the Spellcaster deck whenever it came out a few months ago, but if you did, you would have ran into these cards right here. Now, this is just thrown together, but I put a lot of thought into it and a lot of love, so I'll show it to you guys. First, we have the boss monster, the Master Magician. You can special summon this guy by removing 6 spell counters from this spell card right here. And you play a lot of spells in this deck, and your opponents play spells too. So as soon as you have out this spell card, this filth card, you can remove 6 spell counters from it and special summon this guy. You can special summon him from your hand or graveyard. So that's pretty cool. And plus he's a 2700 attack beater, so it's really good. Next we have 3 copies of Skilled Dark Magician. Each time a spell card is activated, you can place 1 spell counter on this, max 3. Tribute this to special summon 1 Dark Magician from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Now, as you can see right here, I don't have Dark Magician in my main deck, but I do cite him. He's right down there. Next, we have 3 copies of Magical Exemplar, or however you pronounce it. And this is mostly the card I like to go for, because each time a spell card is activated, you can put 2 spell counters on this card when that resolves. Once per turn, you can remove any number of spell counters from this card, special summon 1 spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard whose total level equal up to the number of spell counters you removed. So as I said, you play a lot of spell cards in this, and usually when I play this deck, I have like 7 or 8, and when I remove them, that's just another way to get out the Master Magician. So really good. I really love this deck. Next, we play 2 copies of the Master of Barriers. It says you contribute this card, then target 1 face-up continuous spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Now, I don't have any continuous spell or trap cards on the field, but with this format, there's a few decks out there that have continuous spell or trap cards on the field, so I just put this one in for a Tekken. And plus, it's a spellcaster, so do with what you can. Next, we have 2 copies of Breaker the Magical Warrior. We have 2 copies of Blast Magician, 1 copy of Disenchanter, 1 Magical Marionette, 1 Royal Magical Library. We have 1 copy of the O Vindictive Magician. Now this card is really good because when it's a flip effect, whenever you flip this card, you can destroy a monster on the field. So really, really good. But as you can tell, I only play 1 of them, and I only play 1 of this next card, Crystal Seer. And it's also a flip effect. Whenever you flip it, you excavate the 2 top cards of your deck, put 1 of them in your hand, and place the other one on the bottom of the deck. So that's really good. That wraps up the monster count. For the spells, we play 2 Magical Blast. If you control a spellcaster type monster, you can inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent for each spellcaster monster you currently control. And all of these are spellcaster monsters. So if you have out like 3 or 4, just play this, and I play 2 copies of it. So that deals a lot of damage to your opponent. Really good. Next, we play 2 Malevolent Nuzzler. The equipped monster gains 700 attack. And this part I really like. Whenever that monster equipped with this card leaves the field, you can pay just 500 life points, place this card back on the top of your deck. so it's really good. And I play 2 of them. So yeah. Next, we play the 2 copies of the Field Spell card. We play 2 copies of Mage Power. And if you've seen the original Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what this does. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense for each spell and trap card you control. So yeah, there's a lot of equipping and a lot of protecting in this deck in case you haven't figured that out yet. 2 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Regeki, 1 Terraforming to search out your field spell card, 1 Enemy Controller, 2 Magicians Unite. When you control 2 or more face-up attack position spellcaster monsters, target one of them. Its attack becomes 3,000 until the end of this turn. So that's also really good. And then we play 1 copy of Field Barrier to protect your field spell card. We play 1 copy of Mist Body to whenever a monster is equipped with this card, it can't be destroyed by battle. But it can be destroyed by cards like Dark Hole or Regeki. And then we play 1 Magical Dimension. If you control a spellcaster type monster, you can target 1 monster you control, tribute that target, then special summon 1 spellcaster monster from your hand. Then you can destroy 1 monster on the field. So, really good. Now to wrap up the deck, we play 3 copies of Magician's Circle. When a spellcaster type monster declares an attack, each player special summons 1 spellcaster type monster with 2,000 attack or less from their deck in attack position. Now, that pretty much counts for all of these monsters right here in this deck, except for your 4 boss monsters, which would be the Master Magician, or Disenchanter, or Magical Marionette. So, now I'm not going to show you the side deck because, as I stated before in previous videos, every opponent's side deck is different, and every player's. Now, onto the extra deck, we have 1 Evil Swarm. You're going to have to excuse me, I can't really pronounce that last name, but he's right there. 139, 1 copy of 103, 1 copy of Evil Sworn Xanatos, 1 10 Archduke, 1 Photon Powerful Operative, 2 Corn, 1 101, 1 Downer Magician, 1 number 82, 1 Diamond Dire Wolf, 1 copy of Lava Chain, 1 Daigusto Emerald, and to wrap up the deck, we have 1 Gagaga Cowboy. Okay, YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this deck profile in my Spellcaster Counter Remove deck. As I stated before, I love this deck. Now, comment down below how good you think I did in this deck, and if you picked up the Spellcaster deck from a few months ago, and let me know if your build is any different from mine. And that'll do it for now. This is your CC Duelist. Out. See ya. Hello YouTube, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up to show your support. Check out your CC Duelist on his Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. Check out the previous video if you haven't already. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.